Good evening, you lovely people. Welcome back to the little podcast. And it's going to be about coming to the Philippines, coming anywhere, living abroad, and living the dream, which we all want to do, don't we? Let's be honest about it. That's what we all want to do. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that you will not think about when you come here. And I think this is the reason why many foreigners end up leaving, going back to where they come from, or trying another country. So first of all, when we come here, or a foreign country, let's just say a foreign country, we want to live the dream. So we're all excited, aren't we? And we've got all of these plans and all of these new things that we want to try. And yes, it's brilliant for a time. It's fantastic. But one thing that you won't consider is boredom. And you're probably thinking, I was bored in my own country. It'd be nice to be bored in a tropical country. Right, yes, true. But there are differences. Bored in your own country, you can call your mates up, can't you? Your good mates who you get on with. You've known them for years. Come round, come on, let's have a beer. Or come on, we'll go for a game of snooker. Or something like that. And of course it takes away the boredom. But here, you might go for a few beers and talk to some Filipinos. And yes, they are very hospitable and friendly. They will invite you to their table or to their parties or whatever. But you won't have that proper conversation. You can't have a proper conversation with, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but you can't have a meaningful conversation with what you want to talk about with a Filipino, because they will not totally understand what you're getting at, okay? And your problems, they won't realise your problems because they automatically think you're a foreigner. You've travelled all this way, you spent all the money on airfares, you're renting an apartment or you've bought somewhere. They think, well, you've got no problems, you've got money. That's not the problem, is it? The problem is you're missing home. You're missing home. I miss home sometimes. Of course I do. I miss the United Kingdom for all of its pitfalls and for all of its good things that it maybe still has left. I don't know. I haven't been back for a long time. But what I'm trying to get at is you can join the social party here, Filipinos, and I will mention foreigners in a minute as well, joining foreigners. But let's just say you join a Filipino group of people, you're drinking, you don't fit in. As much as you are friends with them people, you are never going to fit in with them, truly. You're not. And if you think you will, then you're sadly mistaken. They will befriend you, but you will never be part of that gang, okay? Now, you might say, oh, I'll make a circle of friends of foreigners. Right, okay, yeah, all well and good. But just because there's foreigners here doesn't mean to say you're going to get on with them, does it? Think of your own country. It's full of your own kind. How many of them people that you've met did you not click with? Did you not get on with? You thought, oh, he's a bit of a twat. Don't like him very much, he's a bit of, nah, he's not my cup of tea. And that's from all the people that you do meet in your own country. What about the sparse foreigners that do live here? Or where you might be living? Yes, there's many foreigners living in the Philippines. Many of them are crazy, in my opinion. I've met a few. And some of them are mental. Some of them are really good, I must admit. Some of them are really good. But are you going to meet a foreigner here that you click with, and you can have all the conversations, and you can, because you're like thrown together, aren't you? And you might be clutching at straws. Think I've got to talk to a foreigner. I've got to talk English to a foreigner, and then he's a foreigner there. I'll go and talk to him. It might not be. He might not be on your wavelength, or after a while, what you probably thought he was a good bloke, he might turn out to be a right twat. A right, sadistic bastard, or like a narcissistic bastard. Because believe me, there's a lot of foreigners here that would like to see you, being a foreigner, fall on your face. There's a lot of foreigners here who are in competition with each other, financially and with their women. It's true, people. It's true. They will talk nice to your face, but stab you in the back as soon as you turn around. Not all. Again, not all. I've met a few nice ones. But the nice ones that I've met have actually been subscribers. I met a guy last week. He's back in, he's gone back to America now. He was a nice bloke, same wavelength. And another guy, Jeff, who's also back in America. He's coming back over saying, nice bloke. Wayne, who's from New Zealand again, nice bloke. And my friend Michael, who's coming over at some particular point. I hope, because he will be living near me as well. And so will Jeff, he will be living near me. But besides that, you might think, well, how can I get bored in a tropical country? There is all them beaches, there is all those lovely resorts, and I got plenty of money. Well, you will get bored. After a while, you will get bored. And, let's be honest, many of us foreigners who come here, we are retirees, okay? So when we get older, we might not have that same energy as we did. And after a while, we might think, oh, God, he wears me out. Travelling to these, like on these banker boats and this, that and the other to these little islands. Yes, it's all well and good and it's all new, isn't it? So yes, of course you're going to have the enthusiasm to do it. But when you've been here for quite some time, that's when you start to realise what you like about the place, what you miss about the place. And then you'll start to have these little nostalgic moments and you will reminisce. And of course, if you're with a Filipina, many people think being alone in the Philippines is not a good thing. I think it's a brilliant thing, because then you can do what you want. You can go where you want, and you haven't got your girlfriend or your wife in tow all the time. I mean, I'm happy with my wife being in tow all the time. Truly am. I love it here. I'm settled in, but that doesn't stop me having nostalgic moments. Thinking about my friends and my adult kids in England, and my brother, he's still alive. He's the only remaining family member, except for my children, who is alive from my family. So yeah, I have nostalgic moments, and it doesn't make me want to give up everything I've got here and go back. No, it doesn't, and I wouldn't, because I like it here too much. But I still get bored sometimes. Now, I'm on a 13A. I'm on permanent residency, so I can't work here. If you are a tourist, and which many of you will come here on a tourist visa, then you might think, I want to do a bit of work, just something, just to ease the boredom. Not because you need the money, but because you want something to do. You like this with your fingers. I don't know what to do myself. God almighty, I'm cracking up here. You can't work for any Philippine-based company on a tourist visa. You people who are here, you know that. But people who might be thinking of coming, just remember that. I don't even know about having a YouTube channel and getting paid, but I think because you get paid from America and YouTube is an American company, I don't think it matters. I don't know. So you can get that one out of your head for a start, about doing a business here because you're a tourist. Now, when you get bored, that's when the trouble starts, isn't it? You know, what am I going to do? Same thing, but everything is trying to kill me, like the insects, the spiders, the scorpions, which we get here sometimes, not in the house, snakes, in the provinces. And it doesn't matter even if you're in the cities. All the insects are trying to kill you. They are trying to kill you, people. They are, And there's some nasty things here, insect-wise, and arthropods and all this kind of stuff. But it takes a certain kind of somebody to actually get through after that year. After the year, because after that year, you've done a lot of things, haven't you? And then you've travelled to different places. You've seen many resorts. You might have met many women. If you haven't, if you aren't already with a woman, permanent, or as permanent as what you think it might be, you will get bored, people. You will, and you will miss your own kind of people. That is a dead cert. It's the same as anyone who goes to a foreign country. They miss their own people, their own culture. It's in our DNA, isn't it? It's like a Filipina. When they go, or Filipino, when they go abroad, they miss their culture here. But the difference is many Filipinas, or Filipinos should I say, they go abroad and they work. So they are obviously Filipino workers. So they are there for a purpose. They perhaps don't want to do that, but they're doing it to send money back. We do it out of choice. And many of us, foolishly, give up a lot of our things in our own country. We get rid of our assets. So we burn in bridges because we come here on that mindset of, I'm never going back. I've left. I'm never going back. I'm never going back to that twat of a place, that shithole of a country I've left. It's a shithole because you're looking forward moving to a new country. Now, after you've been in that country for quite some time, you will begin to miss your country. I promise you that. You will miss your country after a while. Now, whether you miss it enough to go back is a different thing. I don't miss my country nowhere near enough to go back. I like it here too much. I've settled here. My life is here. I don't get bored. Or the boredom that I do get, I'll take that back. I do get bored, but not a lot, and it doesn't last for long. And I'm easily pleased. I'm not one of these people who's got to be out all the time. I've got to be bar hopping. I've done all that in England, for God's sake. I've done all that in foreign countries when I used to go for holidays. I've done all that. It doesn't interest me. What does interest me is keeping myself occupied. Now, I keep myself occupied for these last 3 years doing this damned house, building this house. Now, this is coming to an end. Like I said before, the only thing I've got left to do in this house is the tiles, and then I'll have to find a new project. But I do fishing as well. Weather permitting. Weather permitting, of course. If the weather's not good, I don't go out. I mean, I can go out fishing from the shore, from the beach and things, but I like to get out in my boat. So I've got a son. He keeps me occupied. He does. As soon as I think, I just need 10 minutes to myself. So then I will go out and I will go and have a beer or something like that in the evening. Just here at the corner shop. And I'll meet the Filipinos who live around here. And we'll have a little chat. But I never feel part of the gang. I never feel part of the gang. The more drink they drink, the more they will talk to you in English. When they don't have a drink, they will speak to you in minimal English. Okay, now in the cities might be different. They got a better education, they went to school, they learnt English. A lot of these people here didn't graduate, so their English is very, very small. And what English they do know, it's not on your wavelength. It's like my wife. Her kind of conversation just comes from nowhere. It's very sporadic. There was something she said there yesterday, and I thought, where did that come from? We haven't even been talking about it, and it just popped up, and I thought, what? It's great. But we do have conversation, we do, and we have good conversation at times. But the main thing is we get on. We've got similar things that interest us, and thankfully she's not high maintenance. She is quite like a simplistic person. Not simple, I'm not saying simpleton. I'm saying simplistic. And because I'm that way inclined as well, we don't have to keep, or my wife doesn't have to keep going out thinking, I want this, I want that. If that was the case, I'd be gone. Because it would be just too much for me. Not financially, but just, I can't bear that sort of crap. Even when I was in England, if I was with a woman like that, no good, no, don't want to be with that. So I live a very simplistic life, which suits me. It might not suit a lot of you guys, and horses for courses, like I say. But I like this kind of life. Yes, I do get bored sometimes, but it doesn't last long. But for you people who, when the novelty's worn off, and it sure will, it's the same as you buy a new car. It's brilliant. You're in it all the time. You're going to places where you would not normally go. You're driving it at times in the night that you wouldn't normally drive your car. It's because it's new. It's the same coming to a new country. It's all new. But again, like that new car, that novelty, that excitement gradually dissipates, doesn't it? It gets less and less. And then you start thinking, well, what else can I do now to give me something to look forward to? And if you're constantly doing that, if you're constantly thinking to yourself, well, what can I do? I need something, I need something to look forward to. There's only so many things. You've got to find the peace in yourself. And you've got to want to be here after that time, after that, the novelty time or the exciting time of coming here has worn off. And it will. It will, as sure as eggs are eggs. It will. And then you've got to get into the lifestyle of just being relaxing, chilling out. Yes, have a beer, do what you want, meet some foreigners. But like I said, these foreigners that you meet, not all of them will be on your wavelength. Just because there's foreigners here, and there's a foreign community all over the place in the Philippines, many of them don't get on with each other. They fighting with each other, arguing with each other, bickering. I don't want any part of that crap. I don't want anything of that. And that's why I only have a select foreign people that that I do actually have contact with and mix with. I'm not one of these people who think, there's a bar every Tuesday and Thursday or whatever during the week where all the foreigners meet. I'm going to go. No, I don't. No, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't want to hear these people keep talking bad of the Philippines, because a lot of them do. They were talking shit of the Philippines. It's crap, it's this, it's that, it's this. Sick of the brownouts, sick of that, sick of this. It's getting expensive. You can't find no decent food. The food's shit. That's what a lot of them talk about. And I don't want to mix with that kind of people. I don't want to put myself in that environment. So I don't mix with that. I would rather mix with the local people here. And yes, being not part of the gang, but at least they not like cussing off all the time and talking down of things all the time. So it's just a quick video on that, people. And it's very rare that I make a video. Look, you can see it's night time. Look, it is night time, and you can hear the crickets and all that kind of stuff. I like that. And the dog that I've been feeding, I just seen her walk across. Chi-Chi, we call her Chi-Chi. My wife calls her Chai-Chai, but I say Chi-Chi. And he looks like she's going to be dropping them puppies in the next few weeks. But yeah, she's a good little dog, and she comes and goes for a dinner. She's a stray dog, and we took her in. But she's not like a homely dog, she just comes, she has the dinner, then she buggers off. A bit like, what was that dog called? The little hobo. Like that, never in one place for long. But she does come for her food, and then she goes again. She never stays here long. And she gets on with my dog here, Jackie. But yeah, she's not a homely dog. People, that's it. I'm rambling, aren't I? I am rambling. So whatever you're doing on this lovely evening, I got coffee. Look, I'm going to have a little drink of coffee. I'm going to drink that, and I'm going to open a San Miguel. It's the fiesta here in this barangay that we'll have on Friday. And we've got a load of people coming. Anglers. We've been preparing, got all the meats. Oh my goodness, my wife's gone over the top. She's gone over the top. And she's all excited. Bless her little heart. Bless her little heart. I'll be excited with about 3 or 4 San Miguel's down my neck and start singing and think I'm Rod Stewart. Anyway, people, take good care. God bless you all. Stay safe. Bye-bye.